name is Melissa Negron. I am the project chair for the Dallas Zoo. So our agency mission statement is the Junior League of Dallas supports efforts to create and enrich the quality of life through arts and cultural enrichment opportunities, which are accessible to all members of the community. So, a couple of volunteer opportunities that are available with the zoo. There are two primary placements. The first one is the animal care aide, which is a very exciting placement. You get to work alongside with the zookeepers and help to take care of the animals and just general caretaking needs that they may have. You're in there with them, aligned with the animal schedule to help them, live their lives. And the other placement that's available is the education and special events volunteer position. So for that role, you're helping with a variety of projects and events that the zoo may have going on. The zoo is historically very event heavy, but with COVID, they've had to pivot their strategy a little bit in terms of what that looks like in this environment. Recently this year, those volunteers played a big role in helping at the nutrition center. So in the nutrition center, they helped to prepare animal meals weekly, so that way the animals continue to have a healthy diet. And so other things that are available from an event standpoint, historically are Zoo Lights. That's a really big event. It happens in the winter, and it's often the biggest time for volunteers to grab hours. This year they converted that to a drive-through event, so it was a huge success. Over 32 nights were sold out, so it was awesome to see that the zoo is still able to provide volunteer opportunities and ways to engage in the community in this unique time. And other historical events that the zoo will typically put on includes Zoo to Do and other conservation projects as well. So that's continuing to evolve given the COVID environment. So recently they launched the conservation efforts through online. So there's going to be ways to contribute to the conservation efforts remotely from your home. So lots of variety in terms of what you can do. Those are the two primary roles at the zoo. Fun fact, you have the ability as a zoo volunteer to get discounted tickets to the zoo, which is awesome. Who doesn't love a good time at the zoo, checking out all the animals? And why I love the zoo, I would say for two main reasons. The first is the volunteer coordinators that we work with. They are amazing. They're wonderful to work with, so flexible and attentive. I know that if I send an email their way, I'm going to hear back from them pretty quickly, and they're just all around really positive people to be around. So I love partnering with the coordinators at the zoo for any of our volunteer initiatives that we run through. And of course, the animals, who doesn't love that? It's probably one of my favorite parts of the zoo, of course, and being aligned to this placement is you do get to see some of the animals depending on when your placement is. So it's a great time. It's definitely one of my favorite placements I've ever had. Highly recommend it if you are looking for something that is flexible. I would say that's probably the biggest, one of the biggest perks of the placement is they do have that flexibility factor. If you are able to dedicate your time consistently on a reoccurring day, they have a placement that's great for you. Or if your schedule fluctuates throughout the year and say you're only available on the weekends, they have weekend placements. And so they'll really work with you and your individual schedule in order to make it work and to make sure that you're able to grab the hours that you need, no matter, depending on what your personal situation may look like. So typically the opportunities that are launched are announced through email. So there's a distribution that our coordinator sends out, and it'll share all of the upcoming volunteer opportunities for the month and the sign-up sheets to go along with it as well online. So it's a super easy, quick process, and you're able to go ahead and map out your entire calendar for the future. So I would say that it's a pretty efficient method for how how you can secure your hours and get everything squared away. And other than that, it's a great time to be a part of the zoo, especially during COVID. You're able to make a direct impact on the community during a time when it's most crucial to have our help. And the great thing about the zoo is they really make you feel like you're a part of the family. So if you're interested in joining, feel free to contact me with any questions. I'm happy to answer.